when a man stares into your eyes without looking away. Old Stoic wisdom. The eyes are the window to the soul. Swing traditional wisdom. When a man locks his gaze onto yours, unwavering and intense, it's a moment that can be as perplexing as it is powerful. Whether it's a sign of affection, dominance, or something else entirely, the eyes hold secrets that words can't always express. There's a certain depth to that unblinking stare, a connection that can be felt in the pit of your stomach. But what does it truly mean when a man stares into your eyes without flinching? In today's video, we explore this mysterious behavior from the lens of Stoic wisdom and psychological insight. Drawing from ancient philosophies and modern research, we'll uncover the layers of meaning behind the gaze and how it resonates with our primal instincts and emotional core. 1. The science of eye contact. Why it matters. Before we talk about what it means when a man stares into your eyes, let's start with the basics. Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of non-verbal communication. According to psychologists, our eyes can communicate emotions, intentions, attraction, and even dominance without a single word being spoken. In fact, research shows that eye contact activates the limbic mirror system in the brain, the same part that helps us experience empathy and emotional connection. Eye contact can make us feel seen, understood, and emotionally connected, or it can make us feel vulnerable, exposed, and even intimidated. It all depends on how that eye contact is used. 2. Types of eye contact and what they reveal. When a man locks his gaze on you and refuses to look away, you are witnessing a display of profound intensity, power, and intent. Eye contact in all its forms serves as a reflection of deeper emotions and intentions, and understanding its subtle layers can reveal much about the dynamics between individuals. There are different types of eye contact, each holding distinct meanings and implications. A fleeting glance, for instance, is often a brief, nervous look, a signal of unease or casual curiosity, like someone unsure or trying to gauge your interest. A soft gaze, in contrast, is far more relaxed and gentle, signifying comfort, affection, or a desire to connect on a human level. However, it's the locked gaze, the intense, unyielding stare that we are focusing on here, and this type of eye contact speaks volumes. It's not a simple glance, but rather a prolonged and deliberate stare that holds power. When a man stares into your eyes without looking away, it transcends mere social interaction. It's a silent assertion of presence, a form of dominance, and a display of control. In the world of practical Stoicism, this kind of unwavering gaze isn't just about personal connection. It's a demonstration of internal fortitude, the ability to maintain composure under pressure, and the mastery of one's emotions. This locked gaze is not to be confused with a threatening or intimidating stare, which might be perceived as cold and devoid of emotion. On the contrary, a locked gaze from a man who has embraced the Stoic path reveals someone who is fully engaged in the present moment. He is calm, collected, and completely aware of his surroundings, a man who is in control of his own emotions and reactions, a living embodiment of Stoic rules in action. To stare without expression, while it can certainly be perceived as menacing, is a sign of someone who is not in touch with their emotions, whereas the Stoic gaze, one that is steady, unwavering, yet filled with intention, is purposeful. It conveys strength without the need for force, a subtle reminder of the power of quiet confidence. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions are rampant and people are often absorbed in their own thoughts, a man who can hold eye contact without flinching or looking away exhibits a rare level of focus and discipline. This kind of attention reflects the Stoic ability to remain grounded in the present and not be swayed by external forces. It's a demonstration of mastery over one's own mind and emotions. If you find yourself on the receiving end of such a gaze, take a moment to recognize the gravity of the interaction. It's a rare moment of true connection where two individuals transcend the surface-level distractions and engage in a deeper, unspoken exchange. For those striving to walk the paths of wisdom, such moments are not to be feared, but embraced. You too must learn to harness the power of the gaze. Don't look away out of discomfort. Instead, hold the gaze, recognize the silent power of the moment, and feel the calm confidence that comes with it. Understand that this is a practice of strength, not just physical, but mental. In these moments, you engage in a dance of respect, a silent acknowledgement of each other's presence and strength. If you want to embody the practical stoicism of the ancients, start by mastering your gaze. Keep it steady, keep it purposeful, and most importantly, keep it grounded in your own inner calm. The power of a locked gaze is not in its intimidation, but in the quiet, stoic confidence that it radiates. Don't shy away from it. Embrace it. You must understand that this kind of eye contact is more than just a look. It's a reflection of a man who has learned to control his mind, emotions, and reactions in the face of challenge. 3. Psychological reasons why he stares into your eyes without looking away. When a man locks his gaze into yours, without ever looking away, there's a world of meaning beneath that stare, one that can reveal deep psychological insights. As modern men, we have to recognize that eye contact isn't just a social nicety, it's an unspoken language, a powerful tool wielded by those who know its value. There are countless reasons why a man might hold his gaze, and each reason speaks volumes. First and foremost, he might be deeply attracted to you. Attraction, a primal force within us all, often manifests through intense eye contact. As Dr. Monica Moore, a respected psychologist, explains, men use eye contact as a form of non-verbal flirting, a way to signal romantic interest. If his pupils dilate, a clear sign of desire, you know it's not just a casual glance, it's an invitation to deeper connection. And yet, it's not only attraction at play here. Eye contact can also be a demonstration of dominance. In certain situations, particularly high-stakes ones like job interviews or tense negotiations, a man might use prolonged eye contact to assert his confidence. This is known as a dominance display, his way of signaling power, self-assuredness, and a presence that commands attention. Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, would have called this living according to nature, for it is an expression of inner strength, the kind that radiates through your eyes. But not all stares are motivated by the desire for power or attraction. Some men lock eyes because they're emotionally invested. When we are fully present, emotionally engaged, and genuinely interested in what someone is saying, we unconsciously maintain eye contact. It is a way of syncing our minds, a bridge that allows us to connect on a deeper, more intimate level. There is no need for words in these moments. The stare speaks volumes, revealing his mental and emotional engagement. Yet, there's also a more subtle reason for that unwavering gaze. He's trying to read you. Eye contact is more than an expression. It's a tool for perception. When he holds your gaze, he might be subconsciously attempting to gauge your emotions, reactions, or intentions. Every subtle shift in your eyes, every flicker of emotion, is a clue he is trying to decipher. An unspoken communication between your souls. But what if his eyes never break from yours because he's anxious? Yes, you read that correctly. Some men, contrary to popular belief, stare at others because they are socially anxious. The fear of making a mistake, of looking away at the wrong moment, or of being judged can paralyze them. And in those moments of discomfort, they might freeze, locking eyes with you in a strange display of nervousness. It's ironic, but true. This is not dominance. This is a man trapped by his own insecurities. In these cases, you'll feel the awkwardness, the underlying tension that gives the stare an entirely different flavour. On the other hand, there's a more profound reason behind that intense gaze. He may be staring at you because he's trying to form a connection. There's a simple yet powerful psychological principle at play here. Research has shown that prolonged eye contact between two strangers fosters a sense of intimacy. A mere 2 minutes of mutual gaze can create a bond, a feeling of closeness and trust. In this case, he's using his stare to create something deeper, an emotional chemistry, whether he's conscious of it or not. This, too, is an unconscious act of connection, a way to draw you closer, to build trust. It is the power of connection in its purest form. Yet, there's one more reason, one that carries an edge of caution: manipulation. Eye contact can sometimes be wielded as a weapon, a tool of control. When a man stares without warmth or care, it can feel intimidating, even invasive. This is the type of stare that seeks to dominate, to assert control over the situation. If his eyes make you feel uncomfortable, if you sense an underlying intent that feels predatory, trust your instincts. This is not a genuine connection. This is an attempt at manipulation. And in these moments, remember that your power lies in your awareness and your ability to stand firm in your own truth. In today's world, you must understand that eye contact is not just a simple act. It's a tool of power, a tool that, when used correctly, can create connections, assert confidence, and deepen attraction. The Stoics, like Epictetus, taught us to understand our power, our inner strength, and to use it wisely. Just as Epictetus wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. True power lies not in dominating through force, but in understanding the subtle dynamics of human interaction." The key to mastering this art lies in your ability to read the situation, to understand the deeper currents that flow beneath the surface, and to harness the power of your own gaze. So, what are you going to do with the next stare you receive? Will you freeze, or will you use it as an opportunity to assert your own presence? The choice is yours. Stand tall like a Stoic, unwavering and in control. Use the power of eye contact to your advantage. In the grand game of life, where every interaction is an opportunity to dominate, to connect, or to control, let your gaze be one of power, confidence, and calculated purpose. Make your mark, and remember, win or lose, the power of the stare is yours to command. 4. How to interpret the context of his stare. When a man stares into your eyes without looking away, he isn't just engaging in a simple moment of eye contact. No, this act speaks volumes, rich in layers of meaning. The wisdom of the Stoics, like Epictetus, teaches us to understand ourselves and the world through observation. When you meet his gaze, you're not just facing his eyes, you're facing his intentions, his emotions, and even his unspoken desires. That steady, unwavering stare can mean 1,000 things. Depending on the context, take control of the situation and listen carefully. When you're in a romantic setting, perhaps on a date or during an intimate conversation, a man who locks eyes with you may be conveying his attraction. It's his way of signaling emotional connection, perhaps a desire to take things deeper. You'll feel the subtle shift in energy, the magnetic pull. In that moment, know this: his stare is not just a look, it's an invitation to engage. In a conversation, a man's eye contact is a mark of respect. If his eyes hold yours while you speak, it's not by accident. He's actively listening, fully present, showing you that your words matter. It's more than just politeness. It's the foundation of meaningful connection. When in a crowd, though, if a man stares at you, it could be a reflection of something more intense. He's singling you out, perhaps out of fascination or, in some cases, obsession. Understand this clearly. His stare isn't just a random gesture. It's his way of making you the center of attention, setting you apart. During a conflict, the intensity of his gaze changes. Here, the stare may shift from attraction to something darker: assertion, dominance, control. In those moments, the stare may feel confrontational, almost hostile, and you'll feel the power struggle in the air. It's not about intimacy, it's about winning. And make no mistake, when words aren't spoken, a lingering, silent stare can speak volumes. The connection in such a moment transcends the physical realm. It becomes something raw, emotional, even magnetic. In those instances, you'll feel an undeniable tension, a pull between two souls that needs no words to define it. Finally, consider whether the man is a stranger or someone you know well. With a stranger, the stare might signal curiosity, admiration, or perhaps a fleeting interest. But when it's someone familiar, that stare often carries deeper meaning. It's personal, emotional. It reflects something he's contemplating about you, about your relationship, or about his thoughts on a deeper level. It's essential to consider not just the stare itself, but the accompanying body language, facial expressions, and emotional undertones. All of these elements work together to give you a clearer understanding of what lies beneath the surface. Remember, just as Epictetus believed in the power of self-awareness, you must cultivate the same skill in recognizing the truth in the moment, understanding the depth behind the eyes, and responding with clarity. This is not only about reading others, but also about mastering your own responses. So, next time someone locks eyes with you, look beyond the surface. Understand the message, feel the power of the stare, and know that, like the Stoics, you have the strength to interpret, control, and shape the outcome. Take the reins, win the moment, stare back with confidence, knowing you hold the power. Like this post, comment your thoughts, and share it with someone who can benefit from this wisdom if you find this insight valuable. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep wisdom on relationships, and let's comment to remember. Every action you take must come from a place of strength and authenticity. 5. Body language cues that reveal his true intentions. A man's eyes may be saying one thing, but his body often tells the whole story. When a man locks his gaze with yours, it's not just his eyes you should pay attention to, but the whole language his body speaks. The eyes might say one thing, but the unspoken words of the body tell the deeper truth. As men grow and mature, they often learn to master their exterior, but the body remains an honest messenger. With Old Stoic wisdom, we understand that true power comes from mastering both mind and body. To read a man's true intentions, you must pay close attention to the subtle signals his body language gives away. These signs aren't just coincidental. They speak volumes about how he feels inside. When a man's pupils dilate, it's a clear sign of attraction or emotional arousal. This physiological response is the body's natural reaction to something that excites or interests it. When he leans in toward you, his posture reveals genuine engagement. He's not just physically closer, but mentally and emotionally invested in the conversation. A relaxed face, along with shoulders that remain at ease, signals comfort and warmth. He's not on guard, but open and receptive. If you catch him biting his lips or moving them in subtle ways, it's often an unconscious gesture of nervous attraction, a sign of deep interest he may not yet fully admit. Meanwhile, if his hand runs through his hair or touches his face, he might be trying to calm his nerves or subtly impress you. These small actions, while often overlooked, are the physical manifestations of his desire to make a lasting impression. When a man mirrors your movements, that's a key signal of emotional alignment. He's not only matching your gestures, but is attuned to your rhythm and energy. On the contrary, crossed arms or a clenched jaw often signal defensiveness or suppressed feelings. He might be trying to keep his emotions under control, or perhaps he feels threatened in some way. Notice his feet too. If they point toward you, it's an unconscious sign that he's interested. If his feet are facing away, he's likely distracted or disengaged. And then there's the telltale nervous energy, hands in pockets or fidgeting. While it could be a sign of discomfort, it's also a sign that he's deeply aware of your presence and doesn't want to make the wrong move. Finally, pay attention to how he smiles, specifically the Duchenne smile. This is the smile that reaches his eyes and is genuine, indicating true happiness and warmth. These subtle cues, when combined with his gaze, offer a window into his true intentions, reflecting an inner truth that even the most disciplined iron mind can't fully hide. Old Stoic principles emphasize the power of self-mastery, but even the most disciplined man can't completely control his body's response to attraction, which is where understanding body language becomes crucial. Whether he's leaning in, touching his face, or nervously shifting, these physical signals don't lie. As you observe him, remember that the eyes and body often work together, painting a more accurate picture of what's happening inside his mind. It's all about interpreting these moments with clarity, just as a Stoic would, without being distracted by the noise, but instead focusing on the subtle details that reveal the truth. Do you see these signs in the men around you? How do you interpret them? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights are valuable and might just unlock another layer of understanding for others. 6. The right way to respond. When a man stares at you. In a world full of distractions and shallow interactions, there is power in stillness, in holding someone's gaze, in asserting your presence. The way you respond will define the outcome. Whether you engage or disengage, whether you assert dominance or yield control. If you are intrigued, if the moment holds potential, meet his stare with unwavering confidence. You must stand tall and refuse to look away. This isn't about being passive. It's about showing you're in command. Your eyes speak volumes. Your silence commands respect. A slight smile, nothing too broad, conveys your openness, but your confidence is the real message. Lean in subtly, or match his energy with a shift in posture. It creates an invisible connection, a psychological rapport that says, I see you and I am here. And when you are ready, speak. A simple hi will shatter the tension, open the gates of interaction, and show that you are not afraid to take charge of your own story. If, however, you're not interested, make your rejection clear. Don't flinch, don't fidget, don't encourage any false hope. Look away with a calm, deliberate motion, without confrontation. There's no need for harsh words or gestures. Your lack of engagement is your response. Your refusal to smile, your refusal to hold the gaze, sends the message loudly and clearly. Physical space is your ally. Adjust your posture, step away, and let the gap speak for itself. If his stare makes you uncomfortable, assert yourself. Be polite, but firm. Say what needs to be said, without apology, without hesitation. Command the space you occupy, and make no mistake about it, your boundaries are non-negotiable. What if you're unsure? What if you don't know whether to lean in or step away? Hold the gaze briefly, just long enough to assess the situation. Trust your instincts. Does his expression convey warmth or arrogance? Is he nervous, intense, or indifferent? Is he simply trying to make a connection, or is there something deeper at play? Your instincts are your greatest ally here. Trust them. You must read the room, not with logic, but with your gut. The power of Stoicism lies in your ability to remain calm, composed, and unmoved by external forces. As Epictetus would say, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The moment you learn to master your gaze, you master the world. In today's world, too many men live distracted, weak lives, unable to assert themselves in even the simplest of interactions. But you are not like them. You understand that Stoicism is about control, discipline, and mastery over one's emotions and reactions. When you stare into another man's eyes, it's a challenge, an invitation to test your mettle. Are you prepared to win? You must be. The world doesn't wait for anyone to decide their fate, and neither should you. Whether you choose to engage, distance yourself, or read the situation with precision, you must always act with the conviction that you are the master of your life, and no one can take that from you. Epictetus taught us that true power comes from within, not from external circumstances, not from the approval of others. When you meet a man's gaze, it is not just a physical exchange, it is a battle for control, a subtle war of dominance and influence. Keep your eyes steady, your mind sharp, and your resolve unshakable. The way you respond speaks volumes about your strength, your character, and your mastery over the unpredictable nature of life. Don't waste this power. Make it work for you. If you can conquer a simple stare, imagine what else you can conquer. So let me ask you, are you ready to master your responses, to command the moment with unyielding strength? This is not a game. It's a declaration. Your every move, every action, and every glance must show the world that you are in control. If you understand this, like this, and are ready to take charge, leave a comment below and declare it. I am in control. 7. What psychology says about mutual eye contact in relationships. In relationships, the significance of mutual eye contact is undeniable. Psychology reveals that when two individuals engage in unbroken eye contact, it can strengthen emotional bonds in ways words often cannot. Take, for example, Dr. Arthur Aaron's famous experiment, where strangers who locked eyes for just 4 uninterrupted minutes reported not only a heightened sense of connection, but in some cases even felt love. This isn't just psychological fluff. There's real power in the way we look at one another. Eye contact, especially in romantic relationships, fosters intimacy and trust and enhances emotional synchronization. It's a subtle yet profound way to regulate each other's emotions, build vulnerability, and create an unspoken closeness. As a result, couples who engage in regular, meaningful eye contact often report increased relationship satisfaction. Eye contact, in its simplest form, is a powerful tool that can bind two people together. When a man looks deeply into your eyes without looking away, it's not just a fleeting gesture, it's his way of forging a deeper emotional connection, whether he's fully aware of it or not. This act taps into the very essence of Old Stoic wisdom, where the iron mind and Stoic principles hold that true strength is not just in physical prowess, but in the control and understanding of one's emotions. As Stoics believed, it's through clarity, focus, and understanding of oneself that one can form meaningful connections. When a man maintains eye contact, he is demonstrating self-discipline and mental fortitude, qualities revered in ancient Stoicism. By not shying away from the intensity of another person's gaze, he is confronting vulnerability, building trust, and creating a bond that transcends superficial interactions. So, take note. When a man gazes into your eyes, don't just dismiss it as a casual glance. It's likely a reflection of a deeper, unspoken message. The act of eye contact becomes a powerful vehicle for emotional exchange, transcending mere words and offering insight into one's true intentions. Just as Old Stoic wisdom teaches, the most powerful relationships are those founded on mutual respect, understanding, and the mastery of one's emotions. Eye contact is a tool that goes beyond the physical. It is a bridge that connects souls. And this connection, built through the principles of Stoic thought, it can forge relationships that are not just superficial, but genuinely strong and resilient. Don't let moments of eye contact go unnoticed. Understand their potential and embrace them. The next time you find yourself in a situation where a man's gaze lingers a little longer than usual, recognize it as an opportunity for deeper connection. The iron mind of a man who understands the Stoic principles will not shy away from emotional intensity, but will welcome it. Do you think eye contact plays a pivotal role in relationships? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's discuss how this simple yet profound act can shape our emotional bonds and enhance the quality of our connections. Please share your experience in the comments section, or if you want to keep it simple, just write this in the comments section. I will pay attention to their eyes. 8. The dark side of eye contact. When to be cautious. The power of eye contact is undeniable. It can communicate strength, understanding, and even intimacy. But there is also a darker side to it. You must learn to recognize when intense eye contact crosses a line and becomes something toxic. When a man's gaze feels possessive, cold, or emotionless, or when it stretches far beyond what's comfortable, it becomes an invasion of your space and mental peace. This is not the powerful eye contact that the Stoic rules and paths of wisdom speak of. This is something else entirely. Such a gaze can feel predatory, a tool for emotional manipulation or control. The ability to hold someone's gaze is powerful, but when it becomes unsettling, it signals a red flag that should not be ignored. In fact, the way someone looks at you can be a psychological weapon, and you must recognize when that's the case. According to the teachings of practical Stoicism, you must develop an awareness of the subtle signs of manipulation and possessiveness, learning to protect your mental and emotional well-being. You have every right to withdraw when your instincts tell you something is wrong. Never allow yourself to feel like you're being watched, tested, or psychologically trapped. This is not the way true wisdom behaves. Your body will send signals, tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or the urge to look away. These are messages you must listen to. It's important to understand that eye contact should be a bridge connecting you to another person. It should never feel like a weapon, something used to control or intimidate. If you are ever in a situation where the gaze of another feels overpowering or manipulative, trust that it's okay to step back, look away, or even leave the situation entirely. The Stoic rules guide us to maintain control over our own emotions and reactions. The practice of practical Stoicism isn't about tolerating discomfort or allowing others to infringe upon your space. It's about knowing when to stand your ground, when to disengage, and when to walk away. You should never feel trapped by someone's gaze. When faced with an uncomfortable stare, your best response is to protect your peace by removing yourself from that emotional manipulation. Let the strength of your own resolve be your shield. The paths of wisdom lead us to clarity. In moments like these, trust your instincts, set boundaries, and never hesitate to take action to protect yourself. 9. The power of unwavering eye contact. A Stoic understanding of connection. Eye contact, a simple yet profound act. In a world dominated by distractions, when a man locks eyes with you and refuses to look away, it's not just a gesture, it's an intentional, powerful signal that communicates volumes. This is not mere coincidence. It is not just some fleeting moment of curiosity. It's the manifestation of an ancient truth, one that resonates with the teachings of Stoicism and Epictetus. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, understood that control lies not in external events, but in how we react to them. In the modern world, we are constantly bombarded with stimuli. Yet in a moment when two people stare deeply into each other's eyes, everything else fades away. There is only that moment. The stare is more than a glance. It's a signal of intent, strength, and a desire to understand. In the words of the Stoics, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. That's the nature of the mind. But the eyes, they tell a different story. In the briefest of moments, the eyes speak the raw truth. When a man does not look away, he is not just observing. He is conveying his emotions, his intent, his truth. The ancient philosophers knew the importance of this, and modern psychology backs it up. Dr. Zick Rubin, a Harvard psychologist, found that couples deeply in love often engage in mutual eye contact up to 75% of their conversations. This is a remarkable statistic, one that highlights the power of eye contact in creating an emotional connection. It's not just about physical attraction. It's about the invisible ties that form when two people allow their souls to connect in such a direct and intense manner. Your eyes, just like your actions, are windows to your soul. They do not lie. Their eyes will reveal your deepest fears, your greatest desires, and your hidden truths. In the world of Stoicism, understanding the power of this truth is paramount. Control is strength, control is power. When a man gazes into your eyes without flinching, without looking away, he is commanding the moment. He is asserting dominance, not in an aggressive or tyrannical manner, but in a way that shows he is unafraid to reveal himself. This act of steady eye contact is not weakness. It is the embodiment of confidence. It speaks to a man's ability to stand his ground, to remain calm in the face of intensity, and to trust his instincts. This is the foundation of emotional mastery, the core of Stoic philosophy, being able to maintain composure, regardless of external circumstances. But don't be mistaken. The gaze is not just about being seen. It is about seeing. It is about understanding the person in front of you. As Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And when a man stares into your eyes, it's an invitation to see beyond the surface. He's not just admiring your appearance, he's seeking a deeper understanding, a connection that transcends words. In this moment, your eyes become a mirror, reflecting not only your own emotions, but the essence of the other person. And that is where true connection begins, when both individuals are willing to drop the masks and allow themselves to be seen for who they truly are. In modern life, we are constantly searching for meaning, for purpose. In a world of endless distractions, when someone takes the time to engage in such deep eye contact, it can feel like a rare and powerful moment. It is a reminder that in a world that often seems shallow and fleeting, true connection is still possible. When someone stares into your eyes without looking away, they are not simply paying attention, they are offering you a part of themselves. This is not a superficial glance, but an intimate exchange of energy and understanding. To live a good life, we need to be able to see clearly, not just with our eyes, but with our hearts. This is the wisdom of the Stoics, and it is just as relevant today as it was centuries ago. So the next time a man locks eyes with you and doesn't look away, don't dismiss it as mere coincidence. Understand that it is the beginning of something deeper, something that goes beyond the surface. Eye contact, in its most powerful form, is not just a sign of attraction. It is an unspoken communication of intent, emotion, and strength. It's a moment of truth, and that truth, whether or not you are aware of it, is a force that shapes our relationships and our lives. To win, you must be unwavering. To win, you must be strong. This is the Stoic mindset. This is the power of unflinching eye contact. This is the power to conquer not only the world around you, but the very essence of human connection. 10. Why eye contact creates instant chemistry. Eye contact is an ancient and powerful tool in human connection, rooted deeply in Old Stoic wisdom. When a man stares into your eyes and doesn't look away, it's not just an act of affection, it's a profound exchange that speaks to the very core of human chemistry. This seemingly simple act carries with it an undeniable power, capable of triggering a series of psychological and biological responses that have been honed over millennia. The reason why eye contact holds such weight lies in brain science, which reveals how intimately connected our minds are when we lock eyes with someone. The first thing that happens is the release of oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone. Oxytocin promotes bonding, trust, and emotional closeness. When someone gazes deeply into your eyes, especially during emotionally charged moments, your body responds by releasing this hormone. It's not just a romantic gesture, it's a biological signal that your mind and heart are syncing up with the other person's. This release is crucial because it builds the foundation for a strong connection based on trust and mutual understanding, an embodiment of Stoic principles that emphasize emotional mastery and control. Further, there's something even deeper at play when two people maintain prolonged eye contact, synchrony between brains. Neuroscientific studies show that when people gaze into each other's eyes, their brain waves align. This synchrony creates a harmonious bond, as if your brain and the other person's brain are working together in perfect unison. It's a reflection of the iron mind, two strong, disciplined minds that find resonance in each other. Just as the Stoics sought inner peace and control, this eye contact brings about an emotional equilibrium, where the minds of two individuals are not only communicating, but resonating with each other. It's as if in that moment, you become one, sharing thoughts, emotions, and understanding without saying a word. But it doesn't stop there. The phenomenon of emotional contagion plays a significant role here. Humans are emotional creatures, and we tend to mirror the feelings of those around us. When a man looks into your eyes with affection, vulnerability, or even intensity, these emotions can't help but resonate within you. His eyes become a mirror that reflects his emotional state, and you, in turn, are likely to mirror those feelings. This connection happens effortlessly because of our mirror neurons, specialized neurons in our brains that help us empathize with and emotionally connect to others. The act of eye contact is one of the strongest triggers for activating these neurons. It's an ancient human response that transcends words or actions. Through this silent but profound exchange, a deeper understanding and connection unfold. Now, let's tie this back to the old Stoic wisdom. The Stoics taught us the power of emotional control and self-mastery. In relationships, as in life, the ability to connect deeply without words, to see and understand another person's emotional state, and to communicate that understanding without need for verbal expression. This is a powerful skill. When a man stares into your eyes without breaking the gaze, he is not simply looking at you, he is understanding you on a deeper level. His gaze is an expression of emotional clarity, something that is cultivated through the discipline of the iron mind. The Stoic principles remind us that our ability to connect with others requires us to first understand ourselves. This moment of eye contact is not just a reflection of how we feel, but a window into the soul of another. When you experience such an exchange, remember, it's not just chemistry or attraction, it's a neurological and chemical process that binds you to the other person in ways words never could. So, the next time you find yourself locked in a stare, understand that it is more than just a romantic gesture. It's a profound exchange that draws from the deepest parts of human nature. The Old Stoic wisdom teaches us to embrace moments like these with awareness and strength. Don't shy away from them. Own them. They are a chance to connect with someone on a deeper level, a chance to truly understand and be understood. I want to hear from you. Have you ever had an eye contact moment that created an instant connection? Please share it with me and my friends here. Maybe we can have some interesting conversations in the comments section below. 11. Final thoughts. Trusting your intuition. Eye contact, when you don't look away, is more than just a moment. It's a chance for you to exercise control over how you engage, how you dominate your own emotional state. When a man locks his gaze with yours and refuses to look away, what does it really mean? In the world of Stoic wisdom, there's a deep understanding of human nature that transcends time. Epictetus, a great philosopher, reminds us that our perception shapes our reality. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In essence, the Stoic way is about mastering yourself, understanding the inner world, and controlling your responses. That piercing eye contact, it is not just an interaction, it is a test of your inner strength. When a man stares into your eyes without flinching, it is an act that speaks louder than words, an energy that can only be felt. Your instincts will react before your mind can fully process what's happening. If you feel drawn to him, it's likely because his energy aligns with yours, a connection grounded in mutual respect or attraction. If you feel unease, that too is an instinctive warning that something is off. Don't ignore it. The eyes hold the keys to raw human emotion, vulnerability, power, and truth. The eyes are the windows to the soul, as they say. In this stare, you can read his intentions, his fears, his desires, and if you pay attention, you can read yourself too. This is not about guessing games. It is about trusting yourself. What does this moment stir within you? It's about noticing what you feel. Epictetus reminds us that Stoicism is about response, not reaction. You control the narrative. In today's world, when everything moves fast and distractions reign, the ability to pause and interpret such moments is an invaluable skill. When a man locks eyes with you, you are given a choice, to remain passive or to assert your power in that moment. Master yourself. I trust your intuition and let it guide your actions. Recognize that the power of the stare is not just his, it is yours too. If you want to feel empowered in any situation, remember this. You must be the author of your own story. You can let the gaze speak for you, or you can challenge it, but only when you've already mastered your own presence. So the next time this happens, pause and ask yourself, what do I feel right now? What does this gaze reveal? And what do I wish to communicate in return? Eye contact, when you don't look away, is more than just a moment. It's a chance for you to exercise control over how you engage, how you dominate your own emotional state. This is Stoicism in action. You can win. You will win. Never forget, it's about control, self-awareness, and confidence in every encounter. You hold the power. You determine what the gaze means. Thanks for watching. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more insights. It really helps us reach more people who are interested in mastering timeless wisdom. I'd love to hear your thoughts, if you've got any feedback, or if you want to discuss anything from today's topic. feel free to drop a comment below. Let's keep the conversation going. Remember, applying the principles of Stoicism in real life can change how you see the world. It's about control, focus, and resilience. Stay strong, stay wise, and I'll catch you in the next one.